Very heartbroken news. Tigerlily Taylor and his husband Adam Azulai car accident. Their conditions is very critical and admitted hospital. Hello everyone. We are here to talk about the recent devastating car accident involving Tigerlily Taylor and her husband Adam Azulai. An accident that has left Adam in a condition described as very critical and has plunged their shared dream into an unimaginable nightmare. The details that have emerged paint a harrowing picture. On the evening of Wednesday, June 18th, while returning home from a dinner with friends, the vehicle carrying Tigerlily and Adam was involved in a severe two-car collision. Initial reports from the Ventura County Sheriff's Department indicate that the accident was a high-impact, head-on crash. While the investigation is still ongoing, early statements from law enforcement suggest that a second vehicle traveling in the opposite direction veered unexpectedly into their lane. Tigerlily, who was in the passenger seat, sustained several non-life-threatening injuries. She was treated for a broken arm, severe bruising, and whiplash at the Ojai Valley Community Hospital and was released later the following day. Her physical wounds, though painful, are expected to heal, but the emotional and psychological trauma she is enduring is, by all accounts, immeasurable. Because while Tigerlily is now home, surrounded by a close-knit circle of family and friends, her husband, the love of her life Adam, is fighting for his. Adam bore the brunt of the impact. He was extricated from the wreckage by emergency services and, due to the severity of his injuries, was immediately airlifted to the Ventura County Medical Center. He was admitted to the Surgical Intensive Care Unit, where a team of top-tier trauma surgeons and specialists have been working around the clock. To understand the depth of this tragedy, we must first understand the depth of their connection. Let's take a step back and remember the story of Tigerlily and Adam. It's a story that, from its very inception, was about overcoming obstacles. I've always been a bit of a wanderer, you know. My heart has always searched for something more. I never thought I'd find it on a language exchange app, and I certainly never thought it would be in a man who lives halfway across the world. But then there was Adam. In Israel, family is everything. Life is about passion, about living in the moment. When I first started talking to Tigerlily, I saw that same fire in her. She has a soul that is. It's like a beautiful, wild painting. I knew I had to meet her. Their initial connection was digital, a modern-day romance born from late-night video calls and messages that traverse continents and time zones. Tigerlily, the introspective artist with a bohemian spirit, found herself drawn to Adam's vivacity and his unwavering zest for life. Adam, the disciplined personal trainer with a deep love for his culture and family, was enchanted by Tigerlily's creativity and her gentle, compassionate nature. When Adam finally arrived in the United States on the K-1 visa, the 90-day clock began to tick, and with it came a slew of challenges that would test the very foundation of their relationship. There were the classic 90-day hurdles, the language barrier, which led to both hilarious and frustrating misunderstandings. The stark contrast between Tigerlily's quiet, rural lifestyle and Adam's bustling, city-centric upbringing, and the inevitable skepticism from friends and family on both sides. Tigerlily, I just don't understand why everything has to be about a plan, a schedule. Sometimes, you just have to let life happen. Adam, in my life, if you don't have a plan, you have nothing. I came here for you to build a life. But we need to be practical, Tigerlily. Love is not enough to pay the bills. We saw them argue. We saw them cry. We saw moments where it seemed the cultural chasm between them was simply too wide to bridge. But what truly set Tigerlily and Adam apart was their unwavering commitment to understanding one another. They didn't just dismiss their differences, they explored them. They listened. They learned. Adam, you teach me to see the world in colors I did not know existed. Tigerlily, and you teach me that it's okay to have a little structure in the chaos. It was this emotional honesty, this raw vulnerability, that endeared them to millions. We weren't just watching a reality show. We were witnessing a genuine love story unfold, with all of its messy, beautiful, and complicated layers. Their wedding, a simple, intimate ceremony in Tigerlily's mother's backyard, was the culmination of this journey. It wasn't about the pomp and circumstance. It was about two souls from two different worlds choosing each other. And it is this very love story that now hangs in the balance in a sterile white-walled room in the Ventura County Medical Center. The days following the accident have been an agonizing vigil for Tigerlily and for Adam's family, who, upon hearing the news, immediately began the arduous process of traveling from Israel to be by his side. To truly grasp the severity of Adam's situation, we need to delve into the medical realities he is facing. Sources close to the family, who have spoken to select media outlets on the condition of anonymity, have provided some insight into the nature of his injuries. It's important to state that we are respecting the family's privacy and will only share information that has been discreetly and respectfully made available. The primary concern for Adam's medical team is a severe traumatic brain injury, or TBI. In a high-speed collision, the head can be subjected to a rapid and violent acceleration and deceleration. This can cause the brain to move within the skull, leading to bruising, bleeding, and swelling. Adam was reportedly unconscious at the scene and was immediately intubated to protect his airway and ensure his brain received enough oxygen, a critical first step in managing a severe TBI. The swelling of the brain, known as cerebral edema, is particularly dangerous because the skull is a fixed, bony structure. As the brain swells, the pressure inside the skull, or intracranial pressure, ICP, rises. This increased pressure can restrict blood flow to the brain, leading to further and often irreversible damage. The first 48 to 72 hours are absolutely critical. Doctors at the Ventura County Medical Center are likely using a combination of techniques to manage Adam's ICP. This can include keeping him in a medically induced coma, which reduces the brain's metabolic demands, and administering medications to draw fluid out of the brain tissue. A medically induced coma is a terrifying concept for loved ones, but it is a standard and often life-saving procedure in cases of severe TBI. It essentially puts the brain into a state of deep rest, allowing it to heal without the stress of normal neurological function. Tigerlily, in a brief and heart-wrenching statement released through a family friend, alluded to this. They say he is sleeping, that his body is healing. Every beep of the machine is a sound I'm learning to interpret as hope. I am holding his hand, talking to him, playing his favorite music. I need him to know I am here. We are all here, waiting for him to wake up. We are just waiting. Beyond the TBI, Adam is also contending with multiple complex orthopedic injuries. Reports indicate he suffered several compound fractures in his legs and a shattered pelvis. These injuries, while not as immediately life-threatening as the TBI, require intricate and lengthy surgical procedures. The term medical professionals use for a patient with multiple severe injuries is polytrauma. Managing a polytrauma patient is like a complex, high-stakes chess game. The surgical team must prioritize the injuries. The neurosurgeons are focused on the brain, while the orthopedic surgeons are planning the long and delicate process of reconstructing his shattered bones. These surgeries often cannot happen all at once. Adam will likely face a series of operations over the coming weeks and months, each with its own set of risks and challenges. The road ahead for Adam, should he survive these initial critical days, will be long and arduous. A recovery from a severe TBI is not measured in days or weeks, but in months and more often years. It can affect everything, from motor skills and speech to memory and personality. The Adam who wakes up may not be the same Adam we all came to know and love. This is the terrifying uncertainty that Tigerlily and his family are now forced to confront. In the face of such a profound tragedy, something beautiful, though not surprising, has begun to emerge. The 90-Day Fiancé community, a sprawling and often fractious group of fans, has united in a way rarely seen before. The outpouring of love, support, and prayer for Adam and Tigerlily has been nothing short of extraordinary. Instagram comment on Tigerlily's page. Tigerlily, We are all holding you and Adam in our hearts. Stay strong. Your love is an inspiration. Facebook post in a fan group. Has anyone heard an update? Let's all respect the family's privacy, but keep sending our positive vibes. Let's organize a virtual vigil. From every corner of the globe, messages of hope have flooded social media. Fellow 90-Day Fiancé cast members from every season and spin-off have also set aside their on-screen dramas and rivalries to offer their support. Our hearts are absolutely broken for Tigerlily and Adam. The 90-Day family is a real thing, and we are all wrapping them in so much love right now. Annie and I are praying for a full and speedy recovery for Adam. Tigerlily, please know you are not alone. A GoFundMe campaign, started by a close friend of Tigerlily's from her Vermont hometown, was established not just for the astronomical medical bills that will inevitably accumulate, but to support Adam's family with their travel and living expenses while they are in the US, and to help Tigerlily manage her life while she is unable to work. The initial goal of $100,000 was surpassed in less than 24 hours. As of this morning, it has climbed to over $500,000, a staggering testament to the impact this couple has had on so many lives. The description on the GoFundMe page, written by Tigerlily's friend, perhaps says it best. Tigerlily and Adam have a love that radiates. It's a love that is pure, honest, and inspiring. Now that love faces its greatest test, Adam is a fighter. He is strong, determined, and has the biggest heart of anyone I know. But he cannot do this alone. This fund is to ensure that the only thing Tigerlily has to worry about is holding his hand. It's to ensure that his family from Israel can be with him without financial burden. It's to build a bridge of support from all of us to them, to let them know that in their darkest hour, they are not alone. Every dollar is a prayer. Every share is a message of hope. This tragedy also forces us to confront a difficult reality about the lives of those we watch on our screens. We invite these individuals into our homes week after week. We dissect their choices. We judge their relationships. We meme their most dramatic moments. We often forget that they are not characters in a scripted drama. They are real people with real lives, real families, and real vulnerabilities. The parasocial relationship, the one-sided connection we feel with figures in the media, is a powerful phenomenon. We feel like we know them. We root for them. We become invested in their happiness. And when tragedy strikes, we feel a semblance of their pain. But our pain is fleeting. We can turn off the screen. We can log off social media. For Tigerlily, this is not a storyline. This is her reality. The beeping machines are her soundtrack. The sterile smell of the hospital is her atmosphere. The agonizing wait for a doctor's update is her life. So what happens now? The road ahead is shrouded in uncertainty. There are 3 potential paths, 3 futures that are being written in real time within the walls of that intensive care unit. Path 1. The miracle. The first path is the one that everyone is praying for. It is the path of the miracle. In this future, against all odds, Adam's brain swelling begins to recede. The pressure inside his skull stabilizes. The doctors are able to slowly, carefully bring him out of the medically induced coma. He wakes up. He recognizes Tigerlily. He can speak. The road to recovery would still be immense. He would face months, perhaps years, of intensive physical and cognitive therapy. He would have to relearn how to walk, how to perform basic tasks. But he would be there. His essence, his spirit, the man that Tigerlily and his family love, would have returned from the brink. It would be a new kind of life, a different life, but it would be a life together. Path 2. The long, uncertain road. The second path is one of profound and lasting challenges. In this scenario, Adam survives, but the damage from the traumatic brain injury is significant and permanent. He may wake from the coma, but with severe cognitive and physical impairments. This is a reality that countless families of TBI survivors face every day. It's a journey of caregiving, of adapting to a new normal, of grieving the loss of the person that was, while learning to love and care for the person that is. It would test Tigerlily's strength, her resilience, and her love in ways she could never have imagined. It is a path of immense sacrifice, and one that requires a different kind of courage. And then there is the third path, the one that is too painful to truly contemplate, but one that, given the gravity of his condition, remains a devastating possibility. This is the path where, despite the best efforts of his medical team, Adam's injuries are too severe to overcome. It is the unthinkable outcome that Tigerlily, his family, and everyone who has been touched by their story is desperately praying against. We do not know which path will unfold. All we can do is wait, hope, and offer our support from afar. This incident is a stark and brutal reminder of the fragility of life. It reminds us that everything can change in an instant. The plans we make, the futures we dream of, can be irrevocably altered by a single unforeseen moment on a dark highway. For now, the story of Tigerlily Taylor and Adam Azulai is no longer a 90-day fiancé saga. It is a story of love, of trauma, and of the incredible power of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable adversity. It is a story of a wife sitting by her husband's bedside, whispering words of love and encouragement into the quiet of an ICU room, holding on to the hope that her voice can somehow reach him through the darkness. Our thoughts, our prayers, and our deepest sympathies are with Tigerlily, with Adam, and with their families on both sides of the world. We will continue to monitor the situation respectfully and will provide updates as they become available and as the family wishes to share them. In the meantime, let us all take a moment to hold our own loved ones a little tighter, to appreciate the quiet, normal moments, and to send a wave of collective hope and healing energy to a man who is fighting the battle of his life, and to the woman who is fighting right alongside him. More update. 90-day fiancé Tigerlily Taylor in big lawsuit, owed trust $340,000. 90-day fiancé fans think Tigerlily Taylor is clinically stupid. And fans are highly disturbed with Adnan and Tigerlily. But why? And I will explain everything. 90-day fiancé Tigerlily Taylor in big lawsuit, owed trust $340,000. But how? Tigerlily Taylor of 90-day fiancé is involved in a significant legal battle. Her debt to a family trust was $340,000. Fans are shocked to learn of this. This has a lot of things to come to light. Read on to learn the details of this litigation and how she was able to purchase items such as the watch for Adnan. Tigerlily Taylor is married to Adnan Abdel Fattah. They have been criticized, nevertheless, ever since the 90-day fiancé, before the 90 days narrative. Adnan treated many of the cast members who appeared with disdain. Fans appreciate and adore Niles Valentine, one of them. Tigerlily referred to him as a dog as well. Since then, they have been among the franchise's most despised couples. To conform to Adnan's ideas of the ideal woman, Tigerlily has undergone a full transformation. As quickly as possible, fans wish she ends the marriage. In a major litigation, Tigerlily Taylor and her uncle are parties. Her grandfather had a trust left to him after his death. But according to her uncle, she and her mother stole funds from the trust without authorization. The trust that she obtained without permission was compelled to pay $340,000 to her in 2022. But according to Tigerlily, her uncle falsified his father's signature on the trust. After my grandfather passed away, my mom and I looked after my grandmother. She went away after another 3.5 years of life. Because the legal system is crooked, my grandmother never received her stolen money back. As a result, I too never received my inheritance because the forger kept it all for himself. When things are awful, I always look for the bright side. A different court granted the restraining order to prevent this family member from seeing my grandma because he was verbally, emotionally, and mentally abusing her. This was the bright spot in this case. His criminal case is still pending, but regrettably, these proceedings are time-consuming. Wow! There are numerous ongoing issues that have not yet been resolved. It was in 2022 that she requested a restraining order against her uncle. It appears that every story has two sides. Tigerlily and her mother are accused by her uncle of stealing funds from the trust without authorization. Tigerlily and her mother, however, assert that her uncle falsified her grandfather's signature on the trust. Fans don't know who to trust in this case because it's currently just he said, she said. What are your thoughts on the lawsuit? Do you feel surprised? Let us know in the comments section below. Please share your thoughts on this with us. 90 Day Fiancé fans think Tigerlily Taylor is clinically stupid, but why? Fans of 90 Day Fiancé believe Tigerlily Taylor is clinically stupid. Tigerlily swiftly turned into a TLC villain, so this is hardly shocking. Fans have, however, voiced their disapproving sentiments about Tigerlily. Viewers disapprove of her and Adnan's relationship. Learn more about this by reading on. One of the most despised couples in the series is Adnan Abdel Fattah and Tigerlily Taylor. They believe Adnan is controlling Tigerlily, which is unfortunate. When they started dating, Tigerlily was usually exposing her hair and dressed any way she pleased. She has, however, been transforming herself more and more since they were married, and she gave birth to his child. Currently, she doesn't display her hair or much skin. Because it is not her, viewers are dissatisfied that she is paying attention to Adnan's desires. Tigerlily's fans are certain that she is clinically ignorant. They shared their opinions on Reddit. Does he have absurd wealth? He is really obnoxious and never stops talking. Listening to him incessantly run his mouth would drive me insane. She also seems to be a little slow or even mentally challenged. I concur that she might be clinically stupid. I can't figure out what it is. As opposed to merely having a glamorous squad, she needs a counsel. She requires a nanny. A personal financial advisor is what that is. They are both incredibly annoying twits. She was holding a young man. He opens his mouth though, and ouch, alright? For both of them, this is not the ideal appearance. Adnan's impolite demeanor has kept him unpopular since the reveal. Tigerlily is now also getting this. Tigerlily appears to have failed to impress fans. She is radically altering herself to conform to Adnan's ideal of a lady. Her actions are hated by viewers. She will, however, continue to appease Adnan since she is in denial. Because of this, fans believe she is clinically stupid. Adnan and Tigerlily's story of the before the 90 days tell-all is far from over. Regarding Tigerlily, what are your thoughts? Do other fans agree with you? Let us know in the comment section below. We would be delighted to know what you think. Fans are highly disturbed with Adnan and Tigerlily, but why? Adnan Abdel Fattah and Tigerlily Taylor have viewers of 90 Day Fiancé extremely upset. Throughout 90 Day Fiancé, before the 90 days, the two have been hurting fans' feelings. Something though really unsettled the audience. I'm sorry. To learn more about this issue and what they did, continue reading. Tigerlily Taylor has transformed herself entirely for Adnan Abdel Fattah, her spouse. Adnan is a Muslim. Tigerlily though wasn't. She has changed from being the person she wants to be becoming the one Adnan wanted her to be. Tigerlily now dresses in Muslim garb and is constantly completely covered. Since the two now have a child together, many are worried that Tigerlily may feel stuck as a result. In addition, she didn't seem confident enough to speak at the tell-all unless she was defending Adnan. A few of the other actors expressed concern about her actions. She does, however, appear content in the partnership. During the tell-all, 90 Day Fiancé fans were troubled by other fans. When they were contemplating their physical relationship, Brian disclosed that he was without protection. Despite Brian's advances, Ingrid refused to continue. Adnan and Tigerlily gave the impression that she was requesting it because she was wearing revealing attire. This greatly agitated the fans. The damaging misconception that a woman agrees to any and all activities if she wears scant clothing, such as special attire, was spread by Adnan and Tigerlily, which was unsettling. It's really strange since Tigerlily makes fun of women like Ingrid and Vanja when she used to dress like them before she allowed Adnan to consume her. The entire exchange was awful. After they all humiliated her and essentially labeled her a tease, Brian called her a terrible name. So nasty. To be honest, I was sitting there yelling, why isn't anyone discussing consent? Given that Ingrid requested the special attire, It appears that Tigerlily and Adnan's behavior was deemed offensive by fans. She should be free to say no whenever she wants, according to her fans. Adnan and Tigerlily didn't appear to share the same opinions. Tigerlily has entirely changed for her husband, and her admirers are worried about her. Regarding their responses to Ingrid refusing Brian, what are your thoughts? Did they annoy you? Let us know in the comments section below. Tigerlily Taylor tells women to only speak when spoken to, but why? Tigerlily Taylor, star of 90 Day Fiance, Before the 90 Days, says strongly that women should only speak when spoken to. When she was with her boyfriend turned husband, Adnan Abdel Fattah, she was determined to maintain her independence. Since then, however, she has completely surrendered herself to Adnan, who is about 20 years her junior. She is currently giving women somewhat offensive life advice. To learn more, continue reading. Tigerlily Taylor was taken aback when she traveled abroad for the first time to meet Adnan Abdel Fattah. She was unaware of how much of herself she would need to alter. She could no longer be alluring or show off her body. Now she had to hide so other men wouldn't see her. Additionally, even if a man was her doctor, he was not allowed to touch her. When Tigerlily realized that her partner, Adnan, had few, if any, limitations, it was a brutal wake-up call. She did, however, have a long list of them, which was alarming. The two then welcomed a son after she discovered she was pregnant. Thankfully, they were able to be together since Adnan managed to travel to America for the delivery. The lone season 7 90 Day Fiancé is them. Prior to the 90 Days couple showing up at the tell-all together, the rest are either separated or awaiting visas and green cards. When asked a question, Tigerlily would always glance toward Adnan before responding, as fans and co-stars observed. Currently, she is giving women ladylike advice. She talked about how feminine women don't talk unless someone speaks to them. They never interrupt or interject. Now, since interrupting someone is impolite, that portion makes sense. Sitting silent until someone speaks, however, is considered outdated by some. This Reddit topic featured Tigerlily Taylor's tip. What did followers and admirers think? One person shared this. Without a doubt, males dominate her. But don't say that to her. According to other 90 Day Fiancé followers, Tigerlily Taylor was mistaken about what was meant by feminine. They thought she confused being feminine with being a submissive lady. Who is going to tell her that she doesn't understand the meaning of feminine? According to her, it entails being a pick-me and caving in to a 22-year-old who is bold. I believe she is conflating submissive and feminine. Her brainwashed attitude during the tell-all was this, which is why she didn't say sh** to anyone. She's really embarrassing. Imagine marrying a woman in your 40s who is half your age, then lowering yourself to be obedient to this fool who has no idea what the real world is like. Depressing. The term feminine actually means the following: seen as a quality of, associated with, or belonging to women or girls. A dewy green garden with roses is an example of a flower that is feminine without being overbearing. Since Tigerlily is talking about manners, she might wish to rewrite her response. 90 Day Fiancé, Tigerlily Taylor pregnant again? Is 90 Day Fiancé star Tigerlily Taylor expecting a child again? It appears that fans believe so. Adnan Abdel Fattah, her spouse, and she recently welcomed a son into the world. Fans believe that one should be baked in the oven once more though. There are several things that could happen in this case. Read on to learn everything there is to know about Tigerlily and her potential pregnancy. On the final season of 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, Tigerlily Taylor and Adnan Abdel Fattah were the main stars. They swiftly turned into the show's antagonists though. It took a lot of transformation for Tigerlily to be with Adnan. Since he's Muslim, he wanted her to follow suit. Although she did not want to give up much at first, she eventually did. She is now a devout Muslim nevertheless, and appears to follow Adnan's instructions. After the reveal of 90 Day Fiancé, Before the 90 Days, the two were made the show's antagonists. During the special, Niles Valentine and others were treated rudely. They turned out to be one of the most despised pairs. I'm sorry. The star of 90 Day Fiancé is expecting again? Tigerlily Taylor and Adnan Abdel Fattah recently had a kid. It wasn't until the baby was essentially here that they disclosed it. Fans, however, believe that after observing her in public, she might be pregnant once more. It appears that Tigerlily is expecting. Her face is swollen as well. On this excursion to the zoo, I'm not sure what look she was aiming for. She didn't catch it, whatever it was. Her clothes should look prettier if she's going to wear this way, in my opinion. I'm sure she's not pregnant that quickly, just fillers and hormone bloat. But it's been roughly 6 months. For most women, I suppose having a kid after turning 40 is a little more taxing on the body. Because Adnan is a control freak, she is dressing in this way. Furthermore, she might be pregnant. 6 months is a good amount of time to conceive again. Prior to this most recent pregnancy, her face was puffy since she frequently uses injectable garbage and fillers. Both aged 30 and 34, I gave birth to a child. I gained weight while breastfeeding for both, and no matter what I did, I was unable to shed a single pound until after weaning. Age most likely doesn't assist, because bodies respond to hormones differently. I don't like her, but perhaps you should be understanding of her physical appearance. Tigerlily looks like she might be pregnant once more. According to some followers, she is still battling hormones and baby weight following giving birth to her kid. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.